As our volatility weather cycle advances, the clean blue skies begin to fade. Spot VIX creeps up from 18 to 20, entering the cloudy regime. In cloudy skies, dark clouds gather. Most retail traders panic, assuming gray skies are an absolute guaranteed signal that a storm is imminent. The common retail reaction is to sell off short volatility products like SVXY and run for the asset. But here's the ultimate counterintuitive paradox. During cloudy regimes, short VIX ETFs behave like the main character in a Hollywood action movie. They just refuse to die. And you will see constant, violent intraday pullbacks where spot VIX spikes during the morning, only for SVXY to stage massive intraday V-shaped reversals before the market close. And despite the gray skies, short VIX actually continues to compound surprisingly rich returns. And don't just take my word for it. Look at the quantitative data on VIX Insight. When we filter historical cloudy sessions where contango compresses into the low contango tier between 0 and 5% spread, a window that accounts for 1/3 of all cloudy trading days, next day 1 SVX decays at an average rate of minus 0.69% per day. And that is a remarkably strong daily tailwind. Even when skies are gray, as long as contango holds, time decay gravity remains a powerful profit engine. And why does this happen? Because every cloudy wave consists of two distinct physical phases. Phase 1, taking out the umbrella. When anxiety first strikes, market participants reach into their drawers and pull out their umbrellas. As the fear of rain rises, spot VIX ticks upward, exerting temporary upward pressure on front month futures. And here, a fierce tug-of-war takes place where upward spot push fights against the downward contango decay gravity. Time decay continuously consumes and erodes those elevated rate expectations. Phase 2. Putting back the umbrella. When the rain fails to materialize, the upward spot push doesn't just vanish, it completely reverses direction. As anxiety dissipates, market participants actively cancel rain expectations. The tug-of-war is over, because both forces are now firing in the exact same downward direction. The active evaporation of fear provides the downward engine, while contango decay gravity acts as a tailwind turbocharger, accelerating the collapse of inflated future prices back down towards spot, driving that minus 0.69% daily decay and empowering SVXY's rapid intraday V-shaped recovery. So for short volatility traders, your profit in cloudy skies come from the exact two-phase cycle. First, eroding the umbrella price in a tug-of-war, and then watching decay gravity drag the unused umbrella back into the drawer. However, when spot VIX breaches 20 and the storm officially hits, the market logic shifts entirely. And here's the fatal trap. If you enter the rainy regime carrying that same cloudy mindset, hoping and praying for SVXY to stage another magical intraday V-shaped reversal, you will be bitterly disappointed. The Hollywood plot armor is gone. The physical laws of the universe have completely inverted under this urgency gradient. First, demand for immediate protection is at its absolute peak. Spot VIX leaps violently upward, and today's umbrella becomes extraordinarily expensive. Second, seeing the crash unfold today causes participants' expectations of future rain to skyrocket, pulling M1 and M2 futures straight up along with the spot. Third, distant protection is never as urgently needed as protection against today's immediate crash. Because spot VIX rises the farthest, M1 rises second farthest, and distant futures rise slower, the entire curve tilts upside down into backwardation, where spread drops below 0%. And when backwardation hits, the direction of convergence gravity reverses 180 degrees. In contango, futures sit above spot, so time decay pulls futures downward towards spot. But in backwardation, futures sit below spot. Because futures must meet spot at expiration, time decay no longer pulls prices down, it gains future upward toward the skyrocketing spot price. And this upward convergence gravity means there are no more intraday rescue. Negative spread acts as gasoline on the market fire, accelerating upward losses. And many retail traders looked at the single-day averages and fall into a dangerous statistical trap. That they see that even during backwardation, next day volatility averages seem flat or maybe negative, and they naively assume it is safe to hold full leverage short products like SVIX. And they are completely missing the true physical predator, multi-day volatility clustering. Volatility risk in a rainy regime is never about a single day loss, and it is about uncontrollable compound explosions over consecutive sessions. To capture this, we define bad weather on VIX Insight as any session where either spot VIX is about 20 or VXF 30 basis spread is below 0%. When we analyze 3-day rolling compound volatility returns across history, the truth becomes undeniable. Under good weather, where spot VIX is below 20 and spread is positive, extreme 3-day volatility spikes exceeding 30% happened only one single time in history. But the moment we cross into bad weather, these catastrophic 3-day 30% volatility explosions happened 18 times. And that means 95% of all account-destroying multi-day volatility spikes occur strictly during bad weather. Single session metrics hide the danger, but 3-day compounding exposes the harsh reality. Bad weather removes the brakes, leaving short volatility positions fully exposed to consecutive catastrophic drawdowns. And when the curve enters bad weather, your tactical risk response will depend on your product selection and overall positioning. If you are long-term holding SVXY, do not panic instantly during shallow backwardation. Thanks to its reduced minus 0.5 leverage multiplier, SVXY carries a structural safety cushion. As long as the backwardation remains shallow, holding above the critical minus 19% spread cutoff, historical backtest shows that patient long-term holders almost always experience a swift recovery once the storm passes. And if you are holding full leverage SVIX at minus 1x, you do not have that luxury of patience. Full leverage products in a negative spread regime can be swallowed whole by a single violent tail spike. You must respect the risk cutoff and eject immediately. But what about buying long VIX ETFs like UVXY or UVIX during a storm? My core rule is absolute. Never, under any circumstances, buy or hold long VIX ETFs, regardless of how big the opportunity appears. Even if a trade turns out to be right in hindsight, buying long VIX products is stepping into dangerous waters with a wild beast. And it's not just because it's nearly impossible to quantitatively pin down a high-value asset, and not just because these products inevitably slide to zero. Time is working against you. It's because buying them creates a behavioral feedback loop that will sooner or later completely destroy your account. So the next time market turbulence hits, don't get lost in the endless noise of financial headlines, social media panic, or emotional commentary. Come back to this episode, review the structural laws, check the live data on VIX Insight, and let raw market physics be your true navigational compass.